Let me tell you the story of the craziest soldiers in history. 300 Spartan men, half naked, oiled up, armed with spears and swords, standing against the entire army of the Persian Empire. Alright, let's see how this plays out. Let's rewind a little. Year 480 BC, the Persian Empire, the biggest and strongest empire on earth. Its leader, Xerxes. It's time we take another little vacation to Greece. Let's see what's going on over there. And Greece? Chaos, total mess. The city-states are arguing over literally everything. Sparta hates Athens, Athens hates everybody. Democracy just showed up and suddenly everyone thinks they're a philosopher. And right in the middle of that, a letter arrives. Hello, Greece. Remember the last time we attacked you? Well, we're back. Bigger, angrier. And how do the Greeks respond? Full-on panic mode. Except for one group led by Leonidas, who suddenly steps in.
Did someone say war?
Leonidas, king of Sparta, a man who was only satisfied by rage and power, when he heard Xerxes was marching toward Greece with a 1,000,000-man army, he said,
Nice, finally, something I can entertain myself with.
But there was a problem. Sparta had a dumb rule. No fighting during religious festivals. That meant during sacred days, Spartans weren't allowed to go to war because war was seen as impure and disrespectful to the gods. But since Xerxes was a serious threat,
Fine, we are not going to war. We are just going on a light trip with 300 members of the royal guard, fully armed, totally random.
In fact, these 300 were like an elite unit handpicked from the best Spartan warriors. If there were no festivals, Sparta could have sent thousands more, maybe 5,000 to 10,000 troops, maybe more. But because of all this, Leonidas set out with just 300 men. Those 300 stood at the narrow pass of Thermopylae and waited for the Persian army. And now the Persian army arrives. 100,000, 300,000, 1,000,000? The exact number isn't known. What is known is that it was way more than 300. Day 1 of battle. The Spartans are blocking the pass. Damn, the cavalry won't fit there. Alright then, infantry, prepare to attack! And so the first day began, with massive waves of Persian infantry charging into a bunch of half-naked soldiers at the Thermopylae pass. But the Spartans had a secret weapon. Phalanx tactic. Basically, like a spiky hedgehog formation, everyone bunches up and throws spears. Each soldier holds a giant round shield in front of them, big enough to cover both himself and the guy next to him, a wall of iron made of muscle. And in the other hand, long spears, 2 to 4 meters long. Before the enemy could even touch the shields, they were already being sent to the afterlife with mass spear throwing. And thanks to the narrow pass, a literal hallway of death, the Persians couldn't flank them. The Spartans, with just 300 men, they held the line, and they won. Day 2.
Okay, send in the immortals, our best warriors. Let's finally clean up these maniacs.
But guess what? Even the immortals got crushed by that Spartan wall. Stuck again, same spears, same problem. But then came day 3. I know a secret path that goes behind the Spartans.
Then show us the way, and we shall reward you well.
At night, the immortals took the hidden route. The Spartans were surrounded from the front, the back, above, from everywhere, and as a result, Sparta fell. Those 300 men, with fury, with power, with their deaths, left a message for every generation to come. If you want to protect freedom, you gotta fight like a maniac for what you believe in. Okay, that was our story for today. Click like, boom! See you soon.